James Schramko here. Today I'm going to be sharing how I doubled my membership without burning out. Of course, this is episode 1119 on the jamesschramko.com podcast. You don't need a big team or daily hustle. You just need a clear offer, simple delivery, and a community that moves with you. A while back, I looked at my Connect level membership, my low-cost membership, and a few things occurred to me. There were definitely some things happening in the marketplace. There was a flood of new entrants in the low-ticket space. Some of these big marketers had started promoting their platforms and sharing these idea that community and memberships were a good idea. And I thought, well, maybe it's time to just put mine to the side for a while. So in 2024, I really just relaxed my attention on the front end of that model. I didn't even sell it publicly. And I thought, I'll put my focus on Mentor, which was really humming along beautifully. And I'd consolidated Silver Circle into my personal brand as the new Mentor offer. I'd gone through the personal rebrand and fully moved across and put on a new platform. So Connect was slowing. People were slowly dropping away. But there was a core membership who just didn't go anywhere. And it made me think, well, maybe I could make this work. Now, in 2025, that people have moved on from the fad. They've tried their membership thing. They've clearly, a lot of people went into that model. There were competitions. Many of them didn't succeed with it. Probably got a bit of a bad reputation in some circles and the business bro market. Maybe they got bored with it because you do need some long-term focus with a membership. I thought maybe it's time for me to be successful with my members again, to get them better results, recenter my market, show exactly how to do a membership. And one of the issues I've always had with things like Facebook was that people would go on there, get distracted, couldn't brand it, you don't own any of it. That's kind of happened with this new membership fad with other platforms. I saw the similar thing happening. A lot of these new groups were springing up everywhere, but they were on branded platforms. They were having competitions. It was getting dog eat dog. And as they faded away, I thought, well, this is the time. And I wanted to take on some new clients, and I want to put them in a private place where they're not going to get distracted, because places like Facebook, busy, disorganized, commoditized, get pulled in a million directions, sold really hard, DM'd, seeing ads. So I wanted a private community. I wanted it to be successful. And as I have since 2009, 16 years of running a membership, I'd been able to adjust to the market and myself. And I had prime time with that low ticket for so many years. It had been successful. And then I'd really spawned off that higher ticket that went particularly well. And I knew I could improve the lower ticket, but it had to work for me and it had to work for my members. And ultimately, that's what I did. I rebuilt it. In short, I simplified the offer. I repriced it. I clarified the path, and I restructured delivery. I doubled my membership doing that. The best part is it's now easier to run for me. It's definitely no harder than it's ever been. It's much, much easier. It's the simplest version of it, the least moving parts, and the members get better results. And I really get success by taking things away, removing stuff. And when people rejoin, which about a third of the people have done, which is a phenomenal stat because I've been running these things for so long, they always say, wow, I really like this new version. It's so clean and simple. So further on in this episode, I just want to talk through what changes I did and how I did it, and see if this model could work for you, depending on whether you're starting out or you're already up and running. There'll be some options for you, some things to try. So the first part I really focused on was the business model itself. The big shift was, well, I had Mentor running really well. It was doing $1,000, $1,500, and then $1,800 per month US dollars per member, with a really great loyal group of epic clients. And I did want to create that space for another group, but at a lower price. But I needed that second tier. So the up-and-comers, the die-hard loyal members, the good people who wanted a place to be and were continuing to stay and connect. And they're generous, good quality people, and I wanted to support them. So while I wasn't putting any market on it, I was still running it. Even while it was close to public, I served every member every day. And it's something you have to do if you have a membership. And I wanted to cover that market and give people an option if they're not ready for Mentor yet. What I was seeing was people actually upgrading to Mentor And so for the first time in a long time, I'd created this pathway where Connect and Mentor are easy to jump. And because they're hosted in the same place but in separate tiers, they can't see each other except for one membership aspect, which is the playbooks. The Mentor clients are typically higher touch, higher paying, experienced founders. They want one-to-one hybrid with small group access, and they want rapid strategic direction. Like they post something, I'm giving them a detailed response very quickly in detail. Connect is very self-motivated business owners who don't join because they're pushed or tricked. They want clarity, they want structure, they want support, and they're actually really nice people, and they don't need to break the bank. So this two-tiered model, it was time. Get that flexibility, let it run, and build that recurring income across the spectrum without the overwhelm, without complicating it. And so jamesschramko.com has that low tier and the high tier, and I've got royalty tiers. That's my business model these days. The next thing I doubled down on with Connect was 6 or 7 things. So let's just break them down and see what they look like. First thing was simplifying the offer, getting rid of all the fluff, the complexity. From the old membership to the new, when I rebranded and came across to the new platform, I made it really simple. The offer just became even simpler, $10 for 10 days. One of my clients, Nigel Moore, had a really successful program doing $10 for 10 days as the front end. My friend Chris Benetti told me about it, that this was performing beautifully, and I thought, I'm going to do this too. Success leaves clues. Nigel's got over 4,000 members. I'm doing it. And it's a really great way for people to enjoy access for a really low risk. And it's a way for me to find out my right people without having to give it away for free or give them some substandard front end, getting the wrong people in. So when they join, they get access to everything. They can try it, they get results, or they leave. The majority of people, about 75 to 80%, stay. And the marketing is simple. There's a lot of things I don't want to do. So, for example, at $10, the risk is low for them, and the risk is that I have to service them for 10 days. Things I don't want to do, for example, are webinars. I don't want to do the song and dance show of webinars. Never been exciting for me. I did them in 2010, 2011. It was mainstream after that, and I enjoyed that early phase, but people didn't even know what a webinar was in some cases. But they've kind of become a bit cheesy and yucky. I don't mind doing VSLs, video sales letters, but I'm not interested in the performance art of having a live, dog and pony show. I just want low key, low energy marketing, like this podcast, like my social media, like some emails. I don't have a sales page circus. I just explain what the offer is, how it works, who it's for, what you get. There's no silly bonus stacks. There's no risk reversal, for whatever reason, leave. No complicated contracts, no long-term sign-ups, no sign the dotted line. Just no setters, no closers, no salespeople, no schedulers, no strategy calls. I just don't do any of that crap. I don't even send a barrage of text messages. I don't cajole or push people. You either want it or you don't. And then the next thing is I repriced it from $99 to $59 per month, and I actually rolled that out to all members. And I can tell you they were appreciative of that. They couldn't believe it. Some of them have been there for 7, 8, 9, 10 years, and they're like, I can't believe you just made this even less when it's more valuable. But considering that in 2009, my mentorship started at $97, and in 2009, $97 was probably worth about $500 now with inflation. But there's been some consolidation in the market. It was $79 for the greatest number of years, and I only offer monthly. I scrapped annual. It's simple. There's just no big resell thing happening. Monthly actually adds up to a little bit more for you as a seller if you can keep people for longer than a year. And also it just kind of sets itself as a normalized price. You don't have to resell it. It's not complicated, but you do have to be able to get a result because people only stay if they get a result. And luckily we get results. The next thing is I built a really clear pathway. So most memberships throw a bunch of content at you, or they force you through some preset of steps that may or may not suit your business. It's not really customized, but Connect actually gives you structured pathway, the simplest system ever. You introduce yourself when you start, and then you get your personal progress journal going. Your progress journal is the meat and potatoes of this. And in that, you get to ask a question, and then I answer it. And then you do the thing we talk about, and then you get a result, and then you update it. And then we show you the next thing or playbook that you need to use. And then you leverage my knowledge and also the knowledge of all the others, and you fast track through whatever problems you're having. All the frameworks are available. You can use whatever's suitable. So I show you what one to use. You don't have to dredge through terabytes of trainings. You don't have to attend scheduled calls. You don't have to do faculty hours. You don't have to do all the stuff that other memberships force you to do, because we measure the progress in terms of wins, not in the amount of content consumed. It's not overly gamified. I'm not making people jump through hoops. You don't do anything more than the progress journal and you're still going to get a result. I'm helping you. You'll get progress. It's the core feature that really turned this around, and it changed everything because people stay. And for a great number of years, I privately coached about 180 people with one-to-ones, but it was missing that share and leverage of other members contributing to members. So inside Connect, every member can create a progress journal. It's included in the $59 a month, and it's a place to track wins, share struggles, get feedback. And the amount of camaraderie that I see there is heartwarming. This is really where it gets special. Members don't just post for me to read, even though I do read the progress journal every day and I answer every single question. They also help each other. We're seeing people give feedback, often encouragement, get sometimes their partnerships or become customers or suppliers just from the journaling consistency. And some people's journals have gone on for years. Vanita, who recently joined, said, look, reading the progress journal of another member helped me figure out how to price my own spiritual offer. I wasn't sure that it was working until I saw that. And that's great. I mean, you get to learn from others, ride on the shoulders of others, support each other. Everyone should be doing this. It really creates clarity, community, momentum. But if you plan on setting one of these up, you have to look after your audience. You've got to turn up. You have to nurture. You have to guide them. And it's all async, and that's what I love. You can lead and contribute on your own time. And I think that's what's beautiful about the membership. Membership's the least impact into disrupting my life of all the things I've ever done. It's made it possible from the mobile. I do it from my phone, wherever I want. I can reply to journals. I can post updates. I coach asynchronously from my phone, wherever I am, occasionally from a desktop or a laptop. But I'm often just dictating voice. It's pretty wild. I can just talk and help people. And I've been doing this for many, many years. There's no daily calls. There's no check-ins. There's no Zoom fatigue. There's no meetings. There's no chaos, no complicated logins. It remembers you the first time you log in once. And there's no difficult tech. I just love the fact that you can do it when you travel from anywhere, the car, school drop-off, coffee at the shopping centre, whatever works for you and whatever works for your lifestyle, or whatever your lifestyle should be, but you're not because you're doing some other business model that's more demanding. And that's where a membership really wraps around that. You lead the community without being chained to it. And that's why I think it's really important, the way you structure it. The simplest way you can structure a membership, like I have, is to have the least things in it and to just help people get a result. I've used tools that don't get in the way. For example, when I wanted the tech stack, I wanted it simple. I've got the whole membership on KLEQ. That's KLEQ.com. And I don't really lead with that as being the essential thing. It's honestly, it's not just about the platform like Lance Armstrong before he was a cheater. It's like not about the bike. The platform certainly helps, and it's taken me years to get to this level. You can get to it today because I've already done the hard work, right? I don't say you have to have that tool. I'm tool agnostic. I'm not forcing it down anyone's throat with the people I'm coaching, but it was built for me around my needs. So I don't care what platform you use. There's so many tools, but it's the engine I use, and it's what makes my life smooth. So I did want to share it with you. I've partnered with them many, many years ago. They've looked over my shoulder, seen how I'm running a membership, how I want things to work. They built all the features that are important for me. So it handles the pages, the cart, the forums, the playbooks, app access, which is critical. I mean, you can't have a membership without access via app these days. I've got the call scheduler in there. You can do monthly calls if you want. I do an AMA once a month for Connect members. It's all in one place. And there's a chat for my mentor members as well. Private chat, post-it note on top to show them what we're focusing on. It's got push notifications when there's something important for them. And the emails are deeply integrated with whatever service provider you want. I use Entreport. Other people use ActiveCampaign or Keep. And it integrates with all the other platforms. And I've worked so closely with the owner, John Lint, on KLEQ to refine it over the years. And it's just simple and stable. Really well supported, super secure, well priced. It's $100 or $200 a month. I'm not exactly sure how much, but there's different plans. And you don't have to worry about stuff. Like, it's fully featured and the memberships love it. It's clean, simple, it's branded to me. It's on my own domain. I can adjust it, which I think is a major problem with some of the other platforms out there. I just point my domain to their server. They install it all for me, but it's on my domain. There's no distractions. People are there. They're not seeing ads. They're not getting dragged all over Facebook. My team love it because it's fully hosted. We don't have to do updates, security patches, installs, or any of that stuff. It's all done by KLEQ. Their team do that. And we just make it look the way we want with our own brand, putting the right pictures, customize the layout. We can change the way we want to do just product stacks. I've got playbooks, training, memberships, chats. So many ways you could use it. It's customizable. And I don't have someone else's brand plastered all over it. I'm not using their URL. I'm not logging in. I'm not seeing it on the footer of the page. And I think that's so important. If I wanted to leave the platform later, I would just take my content, my customer list, and point my domain somewhere else. And so that's great. And I've still got my email list as well. So I've started sharing the AI workflows with members as well. And this is really one of the things that changed the membership for me. I use my own custom tool sets that I've generated to build lead magnets, landing pages, and VSL training. And it's like a VSL is like an automated webinar for training. I'm able to do that 24/7. It's like a silent salesperson. I was able to do that, email sequences, put it all into my AI tool set, get it generating creatives. Chris Benetti ran some ads and helped me get it all set up like clockwork. And it's just net members adding every single month. It's doubled in the last year, even in the last 6 months. Twice as many members as I had 6 months ago. And it's all working by itself automatically. The tool sets made it happen. The GPTs with hours and hours of my training is what's happening. Now I'm sharing that with members as well. If they want strategy advice, they want VSLs, they want emails, I'm just helping them write it with my tool set. I can generate it all now quickly. I couldn't do that at that level years ago. And that's how we're getting the results. It's $59 a month. That's quite ridiculous, really. So I know a lot of coaches are selling their GPT bots, but they're not really showing up and guiding it and helping them manage it. So I've used these personally. I'm now sharing them of hundreds and hundreds of hours, and I'm putting them in there. And I've got playbooks there that are also in themselves fantastic for training GPTs. So if you need emails to send, if you're not sure what the next move is, we can crunch it together. And saving members hours. We're just basically collaborating and working together on their projects instead of them trying to do it all themselves at home in isolation. So it all comes down to getting clear on what you actually sell. Like for me, no one's actually out there trying to buy a subscription or a membership. What I'm really selling is not just training or a membership. It's clarity, it's momentum, it's companionship, it's collaborative energy. It's a model that lets you run your business and actually enjoy your life. Leaning into the experience of someone like me who's really good at it and proven it. I've sold tens of millions of dollars online for myself, but so much more for clients. I know what happens. I've worked on some of the biggest sellers out there, and I've coached them to success, in some cases from $1 million to $10 million. It's about results, ultimately. And you know, the first version of my membership was actually called Super Fast Results. It was always about results for me, meaningful outcomes. I don't want to sell ice to Eskimos. Why would you want to sell ice to Eskimos? I want people to come along, improve their situation, and to be a part of that. I want to be part of that. Carol said recently to me, every time I read an answer from you, I feel relieved and instantly know what to do. That's what I'm trying to do. I want those experiences. I enjoy that. Now, I've been working on something pretty special also for my mentor members. A lot of people join Mentor because they want what I've got, and some of them spend weeks or months just slowly replicating what I have, which they often do, let's face it. And it takes them a while. So if you're a little further along and you're ready for Mentor, what you get from me is not just mentoring. I actually provide access to an exact clone of my membership setup. So members of Mentor can now join KLEQ, KLEQ.com. They get a subscription, and then they can get a clone version of my membership, which means you get the whole membership. You get all the things that I've set up. You get the clone version of my offers, the layout, the sequences, the bundles, the delivery system, app structure. It's all there. Free app access actually for Mentor members, forum, we've made a copy of ours. So you actually end up with the journaling system. It's basically what we built standard, and we've stripped out our customer names and product names. You put in your own product names, you add your own customers, and basically you get a cut and paste of my membership. It's the fastest, shortest possible way to get up and running. And just for perspective, my membership has taken 15 years to get to the point it is now, and you can have it tomorrow. Hundreds of thousands of dollars at each level of years and years. So you can just plug it in, put your own content. You don't need a lot of content. This is a major myth. You just need one or two things to talk about at the beginning for your clients. And if you have a landing page and your cart and everything else, then all you need to do is go get some top of funnel marketing clients. And if you've already got an email list, well, easy. And if you have me mentoring you, then I'll show you how to turn that email list into clients. We'll help you write the emails and generate that top of funnel marketing, do some social posts. I've got tools that generate everything from YouTube script to LinkedIn posts. So all sorts of things. You basically have this recurring engine set up, really simple workflow. People come in, they tell you the problem, you fix it, they stay with you. You've got a great audience. It's certainly an awesome income, and you just don't have to have a dip or that cyclic spikes that you get when you're doing freelance work or agency stuff or chasing the latest fad that may or may not work out, or becoming a crypto billionaire. So most days it's how I take my daughter to school. I run my business from anywhere in the world. I do travel sometimes. It doesn't make any difference with a membership. I see other people posting. You don't have to do any of this other crazy stuff. You don't have to do the performing, singing, dancing acts, live webinars, or have salespeople and all that stuff. If you just have a community that supports you and you support them, it works without taking over your life. And I'd recommend the membership model if you are prepared to look after your members. If you want my help, go ahead. It's $10 for 10 days in Connect, $59 from then on, US dollars. You get instant access to everything. You'll see how a calm, powerful business looks and feels from the inside. And if you're at mentor level, then great. You can get a copy of my website and fast track it. So reach out about that. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I want to bring you more like in the trenches stuff. This is more or less how I've been doing it episode on the membership model. There's so much noise in the market. It's pretty much been a fire hose of information in the membership space, but a lot of it's erroneous and a lot of it will fade and drop away. And I feel I've been doing it organically and it works. So if you're interested in my help, great. If you want to use the platform, click KLEQ.com. I do recommend it. And I think the future of membership business isn't loud or busy. It's just clearer, calmer. Build less stuff for your members, but make it really impactful. I appreciate you listening. If you're a member, I appreciate you even more. If not, doesn't matter. Go and succeed with a membership. Whatever platform, whoever you get help from, that's fine. Just tick the box the way you want to live your life. I'm happy for you.
This is James Schramko.